Came just back in time for the aces here, guys. I think I'll just make it 490. Kind of surprising if we don't get any action here. There's been action every hand. Zombie Jesus, just gonna shove on us with ace 5 suited. Seen it all today. Seen all sorts of craziness. And that is a pretty good flop. Question is, does our friend have a little piece of it? I think this board's just slightly... Yeah, I think I'm going to raise it up a bit. Well, it's kind of close. Well, let's think about this. It could just be donking with nothing. Be 2,000 in there. Might donk turn. Yeah, actually I will just call. Gonna get the ace jack in because we're short. I think just call flop, give him a chance to bluff. I mean, he might have a hand like Jack 9. You know, if we raise flop, might just fold it. I do think now it's pretty close because it can have 9, 10, 5, 6, 6, 9, spades. We do have one spade blocker. So I think I'm going to get it in now because he might chase with those hands once the pots become quite big. I think if he has an 8 or a pair, he's likely to call. He might call with like Queen 10 of spades like that and just go, I'm going to gamble. But he might have called on the flop with those hands anyway, or even come over the top. But I do think just calling, you know, if he's got a hand, it's not impossible here. He's got like King 6 of diamonds, because players donk out with those sort of hands quite often. They just donk bet. He's probably got absolutely nothing. Maybe he had the 2. I think he's calling with a 2 though. 9, 18, 27, 36, 7, 4. King 3 is a pair of 8. I think I will wait. M4. Just going to wait a little bit. Try and get something a bit better. So pretty short bottom right, bottom top right, top middle, and top and bottom middle. I'm pretty short everywhere, so this is going to be a short stack show. About jamming with a short stack. Jack 4. It's got about a pair of 3. This guy looks slightly on the tight side. 8, 16, 24. 8, 16, 24, 32. Wow. Yeah, I think I will wait. It's very close. I mean, the thing is that that big blind might not be calling correctly. You know, he might be calling too tight, which means, you know, we can jam wider. But it's definitely close. I would jam this one if it folded to us. It doesn't fold around too much though. Someone seems to just for some reason always want the blinds and antes. Finally, we get a good jamming spot there with the king queen. It's a pretty big 3-bet jam by that guy. Quite a big 3-bet jam. We would have hit our queen. So 6 of 27 bottom left. Top 15 get paid. Just had another donk bet here. It's amazing how often players will donk bet into you and then fold. It really is. Donk bets in small. I raise around 1800. There was already 1800 in there. He donk bet 400. The thing about that is that you know, it just doesn't have to work a lot. 3. I think I'm going to take this one. And somewhere I just saw kings. Where was that? Oh, it's here. Triceratops. Somewhere I knew I saw kings somewhere, and here they are. Wow. I think I'm going to 7, 8. Don't think we have much fold equity, so I think I'm just going to call. And we didn't get there, did we, up there? I did, and he's gone for the bait here. Oof. I think I almost right-clicked. Which would have been fold, which would have been... Oh my god, I have just won a hand on full tilt! Call the police, people! Acesup has stolen a pot from Full Tilt Poker. Call the police. I did just go with a 3-bet here. With the Queen 9, Queen 6 suited. It's a little bit risky because this guy here's not folding to a lot of 3-bets. But at the same time, you know, I mean, we have a hand with a little bit of playability, and if he's not folding to 3-bets, I mean, that means he's just calling with everything, right? So he's going to be presumably folding to C-bets and barrels a lot. I think top right, this guy's opening, is this right? This guy's really loose, it looks. I think I'm just going to shove. Ace 4, are you kidding me? Where do they find these people? Ace 4. I said I thought he was quite loose, but that's out of control. 3x early, a flatter behind, jam from the big blind up 10. He's in there with the old Ace 4 on the weekend. It's just crazy, isn't it? Where do they find these guys? It's like a $200 buy-in or something funky. Incredible, really, isn't it? No hesitation. Suited ace. It's a nuts. Straight in there. And it's just hard to win pots. It's hard to win all ins, which is why, you know, that hand, ace jack versus ace 4, you know, he snaps it off, gets there. It's exactly why I just 3-bet the queen 4 suited. You know, it's exactly why we barreled before with the ace 3 suited. Because you cannot rely on the poker gods. You have seen how spiteful they are. You have to make your own luck. The only way you can do that is non-showdown winnings. That's what it's all about. It's all about trying to get chips without being all in, without committing yourself, without risking your tournament equity. It's the key to success in this crazy 2-card game. Wow. What's this? 10, 18. Wow. 3-bet from the small blind, not too much. 3-bet versus cutoff. We're actually hijack 3-bet versus middle 5, cutoff 14, 11. 3-bet by small blind, actually pretty tight. Wow. I think I'm gonna fold. I normally jam here, but it's just not feeling good, you know. It just doesn't smell right to me for some reason. I think his raise sizing is just so small, is what scares me. But you know, he's only M9 just over, so he gets great leverage at that, even at that depth. So yeah, I mean, Ace-10's tight fold in that spot, I believe, but I just had a bad feeling, you know. It just seemed like he was betting a size to induce some action. But you know, we open a fair bit. He can be 3-betting pretty light. So it's right on. I mean, Ace-10 suited, Ace-Jack off, definitely easy jams, but the Ace-10 off there in that particular instance, I think, is yeah, just a hand that I'm happy to fold. Pocket 8's bottom middle. This could be the one. Wow. I was surprised this guy calls there. I think I'm going to fire again. I'm not quite sure if I'm value betting or bluffing here. But I think if he jams, I'm going to fold. Looks like he's got 7s. I wonder if he ever turns a hand into a bluff. He may actually have trapped us with a big tamale. No, we did have the best hand. I wasn't sure. Were we value betting? Bluffing? Got the pocket queens here on the dreaded full tilt poker. Close your eyes. I can't bear to look. Somebody tell me what's going to happen here. I'm pretty sure it's going to be an Ace-10 call. And oh, it's a flip. Well, oh my lordy, this is uncanny. We have just won a flip on full tilt. This is incredible. Where's my camera? Let me take a photo of that. Hang on, guys. Hang on. Let's get my camera out here. I just want to take a photo of this. Camera. There it is. Just want to take a photo of this. Where's the replay? Ah, here it is. Hang on. One more. Okay. Got it. I'm going to post that. Flips on full tilt can be run. Can be won. It's not impossible. It's not impossible. I'm going to blow that up, make it a poster and put it on my wall. It's going to be huge. It's going to be going to make it about 4 meters by 4 meters. It's going to cost me a ton in printing, but it'll be really good for the confidence. Be well worth it. Money well spent. We got a few chips back in the bottom middle, didn't we, in the big 22. And we are deep in that one. He's 5. Wow. I think the Ace-5 bottom left is not good. Just because of all the stack sizes behind. How much leverage they can get against us. Because they all have sort of pretty good 3-betty stacks. You know, everybody. Bottom right, we have the Rockets. Pretty close between jamming and just raising here. It's a $100 buy-in on the weekend on party, so it's a pretty good chance it's just massive donkeys. So I'm actually just going to min, you know, because they might just set mine. They might go set mining. Pocket 2s will call, and then have to commit on like a 3-5-8 flop. Couldn't even get the big blind to come along. It's disappointing. Maybe they were onto us. Sorry guys, just organising tables here. Bring that in that $33 that we're doing pretty well in. 17. Wow. This guy does not fold the 3 bets. 16, 32, 48. But he does steal a ton. Could really go either way there with the Queen 9. I mean, you could raise it. I think I'd probably prefer the raise, to be honest. But the time bank was sort of ticking down a bit. And I think calling is okay. Just because he's raising so wide. It says 57%. 33 from mid. I'm just going to snap call that. And then I think check river. Well, yeah, I think I'm going to check river actually. When we just snap call, he might not think we have a draw. Wow. Actually, it looks like he's bluffing here, doesn't it? I think it's it's probably easier to say that because we have the, the nuts. But it's pretty sure he's bluffing here, I guess. I think once, just because we double checked, I think we probably had the best hand on the turn. You would think, I mean, you would presume that he's going to check back and take his showdown on the river. If he has a pair, an ace or a king, I think. Could be wrong about that, but that's what I would have thought. He looks a bit angry now. He's gone ahead and jammed it in. It's actually put us up a bit with 4 of 22 now, so might just be our lucky day for 33 rebuys. This guy's been pretty tight. Opens UTG effectively. So it's pretty close. I mean, wow, and he checks it. It's going to be disgusting if he check jams. I don't think we can fold. Looks like he's got ace queen with a heart. Well, not so much now. Looks like he's got ace jack or ace king with a heart. I'm not going to value, but king jack with a heart. When I see that sort of hand, now I'm angry at myself for not 3-betting pre-flop. But he's been pretty tight. Don't like the way he played it though. He should be betting and deciding if he wants to barrel off. Bottom right, looks like it's jam time. Could it be? Well, it's a pretty good spot now. Could get called by worse. A lot worse. I think I will take it. It's kind of close. The big blind's actually been kind of tight, and this guy jams. I mean, it's not a problem. He's so short, we just call. And now we just fold. So really handy to have, you know, on the bottom tabs, you can just click and see your tables. So, you know, we can see, okay, we've got 4 poker stars. We've got the 1 888. We've got the 2 full tilts. We've got the 1. Hopefully you can see the guys down there. I'll remember to make sure it's full screen. Did we just get a king? Come to Papa. I love stars. Yeah, it's nice to win. Nice to win those ones. Especially at this stage, because we are getting sort of deep. I mean, not quite. We're not quite there, but we're 35 of 66, so 11.5 up top. So it's yeah. I mean, it's getting close to showtime. 960. This is pretty gross. This could be one of those really cheeky ones. I mean, this guy is pretty short. I think I'm going to fold it. Definitely could be one of those sneaky ones that we like to pop out ourselves from time to time. When the guy's got a very potentially wide range opening, and you can really polarize your range. 3-bet small. Could be an ace-2 3-bet to fold. It could be king-4 3-bet to fold. It could be the nuts. But you do have to remember, like, a lot of his are we hand for hand already here? Wow, how did that happen? Hand for hand already. I think I will call here. We're pretty deep, 510. Well, actually, we're not that deep, but it's only 5,000 to call and 100 almost 150 effective. 5-7 suited. Guy hasn't been loose. Well, he's been a little bit loose actually. 3-betting certainly a decent option there. And actually, in hindsight, I probably prefer a 3-bet than a call. But well, it's a pretty good card. Potentially, unless he's got Jack Queen, then it's a pretty bad card. I think we can fold out some hands here. I don't want to bet too small. Hopefully he's got Ace Jack. He can have Ace Queen or King Queen, which is obviously pretty nasty. But don't think he's going to bet those. I mean, I don't think he's going to bet if he's got a Jack. So he actually had pocket deuces. Wow, I didn't think he had that hand. I don't know why. I was just thinking high cards. So yeah, I think I'm going to raise up there and hello sixes. It's going to be hard to get action on that board though. Ah, what am I talking about? He's got hearts, no heart. Oh my lord, that is a scary card. And it's our friend Zack Attack. It's our friend Zack Attack. Yes, he's got the smaller set. That's what I thought he had. Oh, it's our friend Zack Attack. In the Tyrannosaurus. Happy days, people. Happy days. Zack Attack. He's a bit of an online crusher, but I've had many a battle with him, and there's even been times when it's gotten a little bit verbal, which is really weird for me, and I haven't had that happen in years, but back when I was a bit younger, sometimes, you know what it's like when you're playing when there's money involved and egos, you get a bit emotional, but as you get a bit older, you get a bit wiser, and I think once you have kids too, you I don't know, you just leave all that stuff behind, you know. I couldn't care less. Someone calls me a, you know, wanker, a fish. Well, actually, when they call me a fish, I do like it, you know. If they call me a wanker, I'm kind of indifferent to it. But if they call me a fish, I get a bit excited. I don't know why. I just like to be called a retarded monkey. It rarely happens, but, you know, it's just good when I bad beat someone and they abuse me. I don't know why. Just enjoy it. Do you guys enjoy that? It's not just me, is it? Does everyone enjoy that? I don't know. But I think I'm going to 3-bet this guy. I just don't like his style, to be honest. Just don't like his face, this guy. Come on, man, just fold. Just fold your rags. Just fold your King 8 suited. Don't get fancy. Are we in the bubble? Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. Pretty close top left and pretty close bottom left. I think I'm going to check just in case. Just in case. Just in case he cooks up something. And I think we're going to raise here, I think. Just raise. We could just call, but I think I'm just going to raise it. He has gone ahead and jammed it. Damn him. Damn that player. I don't think we can call. We've got 7-9 off. 9 high. AKA 9 high. We're going to have to fold. But I think, you know, he's raising 46% late. He's folding the 61% of 3-bets, and it's the bubble. So it's a must 3-bet, you know. It's a must 3-bet. Even if you don't have the cards, even if it was a live tournament and like you actually were sitting out, and you didn't actually get cards, and then you came to the table too late and your hand was marked, and that player hadn't seen that, I would still go ahead and just throw chips out there anyway. Because in the bubble, against an aggressive late position opener, when you can get that sort of leverage against their stack, I think it's good to raise. And this guy here, I might actually do this. Yeah, I think same thing. This one I don't actually like as well. This guy just doesn't seem like he folds to 3-bets as often. That's the problem here. What are we going to do here? Can we call? Can we 3-bet? I think I might 3-bet. Been 3-betting a bit and folding. That one was a small from 4K. Nice. Follow this kind of. Seemed ICM aware. I'm going to fold. I think that one's a bit closer. Just because we got. Just because we got. I mean, he's raised into sort of 2 guys that he knows are capable of attacking him. And the 5s, I'm going to let that go. Luckily. I mean, it was a pretty easy fold, but it was kind of... It was slightly tempting just because there was a ton of money out there. But I think once we 3-bet, it gets 4-bet and then jammed. I mean, you do kind of presume we're dead in the water. Wherever that expression came from, I don't know. Yeah, I think I will race on this guy. I think I might go for a delayed C-bet. Are we in the money yet here? Oh, we're still in the bubble. Come on. I'm just going to fold there, I think, now. And I think I'm just going to call there. We are still in the bubble. 17 left. 15 get paid there. This guy's raised in his M6. I'm going to fold. But it'd be a good raise if he's stealing. Because it kind of looks very handish when a shot stack raises in the bubble. It looks quite strong. It's a play I like to use a bit. Because the sort of thinking is this guy's short. Why doesn't he want to wait for the bubble? Not only is he not waiting, he's not jamming, he's just min-raising. He's dying for action. That's the hopes anyway when you do it. think I will flat here. We've got some fairly aggressive players behind that are capable of squeezing. And we just misrepresent our range quite nicely in this spot. And we do flop top pair as well. We keep in some hands we dominate. Ace Queen he was probably calling with anyway. The only way this has worked out bad is if he happens to have Queen 8. That would really suck. So I think I'm just going to call now. Probably going to fire turn and check back river, I think. Don't think he's going to get too creative on the turn. Don't think, but I could be wrong. I think it's a little bit hard to get another street of value. A little bit hard to get more value on the river. This guy's not that loose. Do have ace 10 suited. I think I'm going to raise this one up. Still in the bubble. Come on. Queen Jack pretty close. That guy hasn't been that aggressive. This bottom right tournament, $100, 109, 10k guaranteed. It's still in the bubble. And we are actually... Are we the shortest stack? No, oh no, we are not. There is some tiny stacks out there. We're third shortest. 23. This guy with 1500 here in this bottom right one. So I guess we're just going to wait. Wait for the bubble to burst. And we're 4 of 17, top 15, top middle. This is 33 rebuy. So we want to get a little bit aggressive in that one. Top left, this guy's not 3-betting a lot, and the big blind is kind of tightish, is what the stats are telling me. Having said that, I mean, he is only 5-ish, just under 4, so he's probably going to be jamming more than, or 3-bet jamming more than his stats indicate, because they only say 3%, and I'm sure he's not only jamming 3% of hands there, but it is sort of a bit of a sign that he might be slightly on the tighter side. But we only have 100 hands on him, so... I'm probably reading a little bit too much into it, but at the same time, I don't think the raise is going to be that bad. Just because he's in jam or fold mode and the big blind seems to be defending. Actually, I mean, he hasn't defended his big blind yet, but I mean, yeah. We don't have a lot of hands on him either, but has been opening a little bit. So maybe his stats will, his big blind stats will adjust soon, but hasn't actually defended his blinds yet. So I think I'm just going to sail this one right in over the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, it's probably better to call, I think. Probably looks a little bit stronger if we just call. Wow, he's got ace jack. Can we win? Holy... Let me get the camera. Let me get the camera out. We are winning all ins in full tilt. This is a sight I've never seen. Okay, let me hang on. Wait, hang on one more. Just... Hey, smile. Okay. Excellent. We won a flip on full tilt, and then we got it in bad and won. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen today. You know, I might just from now just donk off in all these tournaments, but I feel like a winner. Whatever happens from here on in, I feel like a winner. I feel like a boss. Winning hands on full tilt. Pocket twos here, 6-13. Wow, it's still bubble, but we have ace king. I think I'm just going to jam. It's borderline just because it's bubble, but 6-12, 3 is 15. You could jam here. We can call. I think I'm just going to call. You could go either way with it. So we got the ace king, we've got that one, so that's good. I mean, because it... 11. I'm going to raise this one up just because of the leverage we get. He's bet very small, looks like he's got like king 10, king queen. I don't think he's going to re-click us. Click it. I probably should have made it slightly bigger because he's got his tablet showing, which is a bit scary because tablet players don't like folding. But I mean, he's bet really small on a pretty dangerous board, and I just felt like he didn't have anything, so decided to bump that one up with the pocket deuces there. And it worked. This is good. The thing about it is that it's not so much that I just used the force and tried to think, okay, I don't think he has anything. It was more just looking at his bet size versus the stack, versus the amount in there. I mean, once he bet 11 on that board, you know, there was 42 in there at that point, and we're risking 34 to win 42. So, you know, trying to talk to you guys and timing out over there. Yay. And I think I will. Wow, that guy's short M4 and he's just minned in the bubble. I'm going to fold that one. I'm going to call there. Fold there. 3 6s. Those 7s, what would we have done there? I think I actually would have folded anyway. I think I would have folded the 7s anyway. It's a pretty close one. I just want to close this lobby and open it back up in case it's stuck, because it says that it's still bubble. Still bubble. Hasn't changed. It says hand for hand. This is the never-ending bubble. And I'm just going to give up now on the 9s. If it had been heads up, you know, I might have been tempted to maybe bet flop, but just in case we can fold out like queens or 10s, or just keep our equity clean. Just in case he's got a hand like 8s, and if we check back flop, now he just decides he's going to bet turn because we've checked. 4, 5, 6, not that loose. I think we're going to fold that. Could really go with the coffee about now. This guy again. It's this time the bubbles burst though. I think I'm going to give him that one. I've been quietly accumulating some chips in this knockout week. 109 variable speed progressive super knockout. Been mixing it up in that one. I feel like we're missing a table for some reason. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars there. Titans all over. That's still 2. Be a win. Tilts 2. So we are starting to get kind of deep now in this one. 17 of, well, we're getting there. 18 of 49 we are. So did the bubble burst now, finally? Oh no, this is the other one. How far are we in this one? 3, 6, 7, 14, 21. I think I'm going to take this. Oh baby. He was short and UTG and a good player, so should be pretty wide. Pocket fours. I think we can call there. It's kind of close. It's a little bit dangerous in case someone comes along behind. He has just checked, so I think we got the green light, famous last words. Looks like he's got ace king, ace queen. If we check and he hits, you know, it's annoying. But at the same time, just in case he's trapping, I think checking is okay. He's probably only got 6 out, so he's only going to hit around 12%. Ace queen is possible as well. He could bomb river to try and rep ace queen, which is a bit annoying. I think he does. I think he does check call with ace king and ace queen. It's kind of annoying because, I mean, he's kind of repping either pocket, like a slow played hand like pocket nines. I mean, I don't think he plays aces or kings or something like that this way. It seems like he's just got a queen or he hasn't, sort of thing. Either he has got a queen or he hasn't. I feel like he has, but I think given the pot odds, we can't quite fold. Wow, he's got pocket queens, so kind of a surprising and somewhat fishy line, I think, by that guy. I mean, I don't really get why he's checking like that, because that's the perfect board for him to get value from hands like we have, you know, 10s, 8s, 7s, 6s, 5s. I mean, he bets small flop, we call. Turns a brick, he bets small again. We have a tough time, you know, if we call again and we think he's barreling, and then river comes a queen and then he shoves, and now we're like, well, is he really got aces, kings, or queens? You know, that's what he's repping. But, you know, it still would be a... I'm not saying I would call down to the river, but I think he's at least got to try. You know, at least try to do that. It was really weird how he played it. I mean, yeah, it was weird. It's kind of annoying because maybe we can fold on the queen because it's certainly a card in his range, ace queen. But yeah, it was hard to put him on the hand he had playing it that style. I'm not quite sure his reasoning for it. I'm just presuming he's a massive fish, but he certainly missed a ton of value against our range, you know. Against the specific hand we had, he probably check or bet got the same either way. Because if he bets flop, you know, we'd probably call. And then if he bets turn, we may or may not call. But if he checks turn and then bets river, decides to do that, then we call. It's just hard because it's such a dry board. And his raising ranges, those opening ranges are just crazy wide. I don't really understand why he doesn't check raise flop if he's going to check, because that looks kind of like he's full of it if he check raises the dry flop. Small. Maybe he can get us to trap us like that somehow. Or, I mean, check calling is fine, but I guess if he is going to check, try and get us to barrel off, but try and barrel him off ace king. Just thinking what I would do there if I had ace queen or ace jack. If I would barrel. Yeah, I mean, I guess if I happen to have ace jack, I mean, it's hard for us to have ace queen because he's got queens. So ace jack, I guess, is one hand that we could have. If we did have that hand. Is this bubble burst now? Oh my god. This bubble still hasn't burst. Are you kidding me? The bubble has still not burst. It's malfunctioning, that side. So we flopped the top pair. It's... Wow, what can I say about it? We're against a guy that's on the tightish side, raise UTG. I did make a loose call pre, and it might just come back to bite us on the ass. I think I'm going to call one and decide. Wow. If he had ace queen and we jammed, I don't think he was going to fold anyway because he had the overs with a double belly. If he had king queen, he wasn't folding. Ace king, he may have folded if we check raise, so this is kind of a little bit sad now if he's got that hand. Because the other option was just to get in on the flop, I think. It's going to be pretty hard to fold here. Wow, 25,000. I think I might actually call again here. This is pretty sick, but this guy's kind of tight and he's barreling. He's from in earliest position. We don't really beat too much. Damn. Why couldn't you put a heart down for us one time? Have to hope he's just gone crazy. Crazy. Have to hope he's gone crazy with the old pocky fours or the old 7-8 suited, ace 5 suited. Just go barreling. Yeah, I think we can fold now. It's actually kind of a bad barrel card for him, I think. Because if we got a jack, he might expect us to call, and we could still have king queen, king 9, something like that. Could be trapping some of the time. Maybe he's going to show us ace 9. Show me the ace 9, come on. Show us the ace 9. Yeah, that's annoying. Very annoying, but I think if you are going to play those hands and take a risk, you're going to get yourself in tough spots. You have to be able to make folds. It's 32. I think I'm just going to jam this guy here. He's opening every hand. And I don't have any stats on this guy, which is annoying, but I'm going to jam. It's just nice to know, if he's raising 45% from cutoff, That's great to know. If he's raising like 18, then we have a problem. But we do have King Jack, so. And we are running good. Where's the Jack? Yeah. Put it down one time. Now I'm frustrated because if we hadn't have lost the chips in the hand before, we probably would have had just enough chips to get some fold equity there with the ace-5 off. But at m5, he's calling correctly so. Yeah, but I mean, we were getting pretty short. We need to get chips. Jack-7 suited. It's pretty borderline. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty borderline. No doubt about it. Because we are M10, which is when you get pretty bad negative implied odds. Wow, this guy's just popped it up. Let me see here. Raise 3-bet by position, small blind. 3-bet first button is pretty high. What's our M size? 816. Can we go back up to 15? I think we can. We can go up to 15 here. I think this guy is just attacking buttons a little bit too much for us not to. Not for us not to 4-bet there. He's got the big stack. He's in the small blind. Look like a pretty standard 3-bet. Yeah, I'm still thinking about this Jack-7 if it was really bad to be calling with that pre-flop. It certainly looks bad when you... I mean, we didn't lose a ton of chips, but I don't think we can call, though. I mean, it'd be a tremendous bluff if he's bluffing, but... Yeah, this is the never-ending bubble. The never-ending bubble has ended. Yeah, it has ended. Well and truly ended. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I think we've called. The problem with this is pretty tight in his M10, If he was raising early from like 22%, I wouldn't have a problem with it. If we were both M20 or 30, I wouldn't have a problem with it. If we were M5, I wouldn't have a problem with it. The problem is that when you're deep, you can escape. When you're shallow, you don't care about escaping because the pot odds dictate the play. But when you're in those medium sort of M10, 12, 8, 10, 12, 40, that's when it really hurts you in this instance because it really changes the outcome. 1 minute you're sitting pretty with M10, we can 3-bet and then fold, we can jam on people, we can open a few times to steal. We may even be able to open and get 3-bet and then jam and get fold equity. We've got options. All of a sudden we spew off half our stack in a bad spot and now we're down to, like we were, Jamsville, small, busted hopes and dreams. So that's when it hurts you the most to lose your chips. That's when they're really precious to you because they really, it's sort of a pivot point where you go one way or the other. You either propel yourself up from M10 and get a big stack, or you go out and become a small stack, and you go tiny and bust. And that's why you've got to be careful at that depth. Having said that, I mean, we did get screwed pretty hard with the board run out, to be honest, because I think I'm going to 3-bet here. We did get screwed pretty hard with the board run out because, I mean, the turn was a heart, which is what killed us. Yeah. If the turn was not a heart, we could have just folded. If the turn was a jack or a 7 or a 9... it's happy days. But yeah. Sometimes that happens. You get yourself in those tricky spots, and I do have some regrets about that call because, there was a decent tourney. We're getting through a huge field to get that deep and then sort of just have it end like that. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I had the heart of hit, and then we bricks out, small heart. And we probably... what do we do? Do we shove or check? probably actually just shove. Because I don't think he's folding. I think he has if he has a king... Well, I mean... If it had to come a king and then say a 3 of hearts on the river, ace queen's calling, and I think he has problems with an SPR of 1 on the river folding ace king as well and king queen. He might just think it's a bit weird that we called a river and then shove on a brick if it's, 3 of hearts. Backdoor hearts he'd be less suspicious of, so we might get a crying call by top pair, but he can still have, he can still have sets as well, 10s and kings, and I think aces he's probably going to call. Low stakes guys hate folding aces, and the pot would be already huge by that point, so I'd probably just shove if it came a bricky river, I guess. Yeah, if we hit the flush, that is. Yeah, but anyway, that's gone now. We've got to remember for next time, around that stack depth against tight openers, we've got to be pretty careful with those marginal hands, especially Jack-7 suited, sort of hand that can get you in trouble when you have that sort of medium stack where it's really costly to spew chips. It really carves your stack up and diminishes your tournament equity very quickly when you get yourselves into a tricky spot like that. But lesson learnt, let's move on. We've still got some chances here. And main one is, of course, the 33 ribeye top middle final table. We're starting to get deep in the top left Saturday challenge. We are in the money now, bottom right, but we're short in the 109, 10k guaranteed. And just above that, we just 3-bet with the Jack-6 against Romeo Pro and got that one through in the turbs, so that was good. We've got the T-Rex here, doing pretty well in that. And what are we going to bring in here? This 109, we're doing okay in that. I guess we've got about average, actually. So yeah, still plenty to go. So join me again next part. This has been Aces Up.